death can save you from me.
Are you guys excited? I'm excited for so many reasons. D2R is finally here. I have no idea what I'm gonna play today, guys. I'm probably gonna have you guys decide for me. Maybe we'll do a poll and we'll have chat decide what I'm gonna play. You guys know I love the bar with my big old two hands and his grunts and everything. I love the necro for all the undead things. And then I really enjoyed Druid last time with my army of like critters and stuff. So I don't know. It's gonna be between those three though, for sure. Assassin. See, I've never tried assassin. Wait, maybe we should throw up. Maybe we should throw an assassin into the mix. We kept referring to the D in the Diablo logo as the D, and then chat was being very lewd, so we decided to give it a nickname. And so I think Aaron came up with Donovan, which I thought was hilarious. And so we named him Donovan. But then we have a regular in here who's been coming in who said the real name is Donovan, so it's just too funny. Let's get into some lore, shall we?
Fresh meat.
So there's a creator I really like. You've probably heard of him, Rhykker. He's one of my favorite creators. And he did this whole lore series on Diablo. And I watched a few with Lookie and I was like fascinated. Okay, there was so much I didn't know about Diablo. And he does, in my opinion, an excellent job explaining it all. Especially in ways that, like, you know, I can understand, you know, being pretty new to Diablo. And so I thought we would watch one of his videos today. And kind of like have a DESHcussion, a Diablo DESHcussion, if you will. And so let's check it out, guys. Let's check it out. This is Lilith Inarius. Tell me if I'm saying that correctly. The Birth of Rathma and Humanity. Part 1. I'm already getting chills. Let's check it out.
Hey folks, this is Rhykker with a Diablo lore video.
Look at
now
Tyrael.
This will be part 1 in a series in which we explore the major players in the story of Diablo. From the Nephilim to Tyrael to Deckard Cain to Diablo himself. And we'll give a crash course on what exactly is going on in this game series story-wise.
Yes.
Because there's a lot of really cool lore, really interesting characters, and
that
just playing through the games doesn't quite give you the full story. Now we're gonna start the series from the beginning. No, not Diablo 1, the beginning. The very first being in creation. You see, in the beginning, there was only Anu, aka the One, aka the Diamond Warrior. And I mean, there was only Anu. There was no universe. There was nothing. There was just Anu. So one day, presumably after an intense session with his life coach, Anu decided to better himself by casting out all the evil, all the bad parts within him, and become a being of pure...
Hold on. Okay, you don't like Rhykker, Dragon? So sad. Poor Rhykker. Rip Rhykker. Also, you like his shirt, not his hat. So sad, Miss Mage. This is literally his logo on his hat. I gotta respect the guy. He always wears his own merch. I gotta do more of that. My hoodie actually came. My DP hoodie came, but I haven't worn it yet. But guys, let's not pick apart Rhykker the creator, okay? Let's listen to his lore he's giving us, and let's discuss that. Leave Rhykker alone, guys. He's a really nice guy. I mean, I haven't met him in person, but I mean, he seems super down to earth. I like him a lot. A new rhymes with new. I see what they did there.
Good. And there must have been quite a bit of evil within him, because all the evil parts came together to form another being called Tathamet, the first prime evil. And we'll talk more about Tathamet in a bit. So now, literally, the only two things to exist are Anu and Tathamet. And since video games haven't been invented yet and there's nothing better to do, these two decide to fight each other for several thousands of years before they conveniently both die at the same time in a massive explosion tantamount to the Big Bang. No, not you. And this resulted in the creation of the universe. Now, while Anu was dead and gone, chunks of him were...
It sounds actually like a lot of how people suspect the Earth, like Earth was born, right? You know, like a similar Big Bang, like similar to, so it's already relatable, right? Even in this universe.
Still floating around the universe. The Eye of Anu, also known as the World Stone, which we see at the end of Diablo 2, remained at the center of the universe in a realm that came to be known as Pandemonium, which we visit slightly in Diablo 2 and prominently in Diablo 3. Anu's spine was blasted far out into the universe and eventually became the Crystal Arch, around which the high heavens formed. We see the Crystal Arch in Diablo 3. It's where we fight Diablo.
So parts of him became these different areas?
Angels, We'll talk
It's
more
so
about
sick.
angels in a bit. Now, this is pretty much where Anu's story ends, which is to be expected since he's pretty well dead. But there is a brief mention of him in Diablo 3. If you look at the item Rogar's Huge Stone and read the lore bit, it seems that this stone may have been fashioned from crystallized blood of Anu. So now with Anu's story over, let's turn our attention to the
Crystallized
second being
blood!
in creation, Tathamet, also known as the dragon,
Daddy.
also known as the
Oh.
beast, also known as the prime evil. Tathamet was a 7-headed dragon and was the sum of all evil. Now, when Anu and Tathamet destroyed each other,
Wait, the 7-headed dragon? Okay, this already reminds me of, I'm getting some Hercules vibes. What was that beast that I think Hades brought to fight Hercules and it had like all these heads? Do you know what I'm talking about? That's kind of what I'm picturing. And then when you cut off the head, like another one spawned. The Hydra, yeah! So this gives me vibes like that. Yeah, anybody else? Oh my gosh, Tathamet is such a daddy, guys. Oh my gosh, he's so sick.
Tathamet's body also got blasted across the universe to spawn various interesting peoples and places. The bulk of his bloated corpse
Hell Hydra.
formed the Burning Hells, within which can be found the mysterious Black Abyss, from which demons are born. And yes, as you may guess, we'll talk more
Demons.
about demons later. Now remember how we said that Tathamet had 7 heads before he exploded? Well, each of those heads spawned one of the great evils, the most powerful demons in hell. The 3 most powerful heads gave birth to the 3 brothers,
This is so
the prime
cool.
evils, including Diablo himself, while the 4 lesser heads gave birth to the lesser evils. And I'm sure there totally won't be any jealousy and ensuing infighting from that. Now, there's a little more to Tathamet's story, but not for a long time. We'll revisit Tathamet when we talk about Diablo. But for now, let's talk about angels and demons. So the angels, aka the seraphim,
By the way, has anybody read Angels and Demons? Such a good book. But anyway, side note. Oh gosh, look at this artwork. It's so cool. This is already so fascinating. I'm absolutely loving this so far.
live in the high heavens. They are living manifestations of light and sound, and they are dedicated to the ideals of order. As we said previously, they are birthed from the crystal arch, and the process through which they are birthed is called the light song. Basically, since angels are beings of light and sound, they emit a certain resonance which they tune to the crystal arch. And during the rare times when there is perfect harmony in the high heavens, a new angel can be born from the arch. Now remember, the crystal arch was a part of Anu, and when an
The spinal column, right? Is that what I remember? The spinal column?
angel is born from the arch, they're actually embodying a part of Anu's power. And this power is finite. That means that there is a finite number of angels that can exist. So basically, you can say that angels are small Anus.
Is he being lewd?
Now, while Anu's power is finite,
He's
whenever
so
an angel
what?
is slain, the power returns to the crystal arch, and a new angel
Rhykker.
can then be born. So let's say that in
Rhykker,
total
this
there's
is a PG
enough
stream.
Anu power units to produce 1 million angels, and there are currently only 500,000 angels. That means that the arch can produce over time another 500,000 angels. Once we reach 1 million angels, no further angels can be produced. We're at maximum angel
maxes out.
capacity. All of
Interesting.
Anu's power has been distributed out. But then let's say that 100,000 angels die in battle versus demons, then that frees up a bunch of Anu power units, and over time another 100,000 angels can be produced. Now, as we said, angels tune their resonance to the crystal arch, and it's from this connection that they draw their power, their very life force. This is why when Diablo entered the high heavens in Act 4 in Diablo 3, he was able to incapacitate all the angels by futzing with the antenna on the arch. Now, oddly enough, despite the unusual way in which angels
Futzing
are
sounds
born,
like such a
they
weird
can
word when you
also
think about
breed
it.
for some reason. And moreover,
They
they're
can
able
breed?
to interbreed with demons. This seems like too much information, but trust me, it'll be relevant later. As it turns out, not all angels are born equal. Some are archangels, angels with greater power and status. They're like
Archangel.
super angels or angel celebrities like Chris Angel. 5 of these archangels form the Angerus Council, who rule the high heavens. We've met every member of the council in Diablo 3, but before we dive any deeper into that, let's talk about demons. So demons,
Yes.
aka Hellspawn, aka Minions of Darkness,
Way too
are the
excited.
evil natives of the Burning Hells. They are the antithesis of angels. So while angels are beings of light and order, demons are beings of shadow
Death
and
and
chaos.
destruction.
Unlike angels, who are
Shadows
all
and
very
chaos.
similar in
were
appearance,
close.
demons come in all manner of shapes and sizes. Many of the enemies that we fight in Diablo are demons, though we should clarify that undead are not demons, but demons often use undead in their armies. Unlike angels, demons are physical beings, but if slain, their souls are reborn in hell. As we mentioned, demons are spawned from the Black Abyss, from some even more mysterious process than the Crystal Arch that doesn't seem to involve any kind of singing. Now, while angels are peacefully ruled by the Angerus Council and live in harmony, demons are far more selfish and chaotic and ultimately uncooperative. But they still generally follow a hierarchy.
That's right, represent.
In the same way that a wolf pack follows a hierarchy, where the alpha is only in charge until someone takes him out to become the new alpha. So at the top of this hierarchy are the three brothers, the three prime evils, Diablo, Baal, and Mephisto. We fight in...
Anybody else have a mad crush on Baal? Just me, guys, just me. I mean, look at this artwork. This artwork is so sick. I mean, look at all the legs back there that Baal has. Look at all the horns. Look at the teeth on Diablo. Sick.
Kill all three of these in Diablo 2. Beneath these three are the four lesser evils, Duriel and Andariel, who we kill in Diablo 2, and Asmodan and Belial, who we kill in Diablo 3. Collectively, the prime and the lesser evils are known as the Great Evils, and each of the seven rules over its own domain within the center of the Burning Hells. But roaming the outer reaches of the Burning Hells are the Mallet Lords, who we fight in Diablo 3. They rule over the demons that are far from the domains of the Great Evils, and they've always refused to join any of the armies of the lesser evils. Now, another notch down on the hierarchy are Balrogs, aka Mega Demons. And when they aren't busy fighting Gandalf, they're overseeing lesser demons. Now, there's a bit more nuance to this system. There's servants and lieutenants, but that's the gist of things. And the biggest takeaway is that it's pretty rare for big important demons to work together, since basically all demons want power for themselves, and they don't believe in harnessing the power of cooperation. But if there's one thing that demons like more than fighting each other, it's fighting angels. And that leads us to the eternal conflict. As its name suggests, the eternal conflict refers to the unending war between angels and demons that has gone on since both species were created. But angels and demons don't just fight to destroy each other. Remember, both angels and demons are reborn once they're slain, so that would be a pretty futile war. No, what they're fighting for is control of the World Stone. Remember the Eye of Anu that is located at the center of the universe? Well, whoever controls the World Stone has the ability to shape reality.
Wait, what did he say? Wait, remember that thing I mentioned? Wait, go back. A couple minutes ago. Oh, okay. So the World Stone, it's kind of like the core of the Earth. I mean, like literally it's in the center of the universe, right? And it was his eye, they said? And that's like what they're all fighting for? Okay.
The World Stone has the ability to shape reality, create worlds, and create life. Throughout the eternal conflict, control of the World Stone passed from angels to demons and back and forth and back and forth. And when the angels controlled it, they would build worlds of perfect order. And when demons controlled it, they basically created horror movie sets.
Yes!
However, all the worlds created by either side would end up dying because of the ongoing war. So at some point, the Pandemonium Fortress was created to defend the World Stone. And it apparently made zero difference because over time, possession of the Pandemonium Fortress passed again from angel to demon, and its physical appearance reflects this. We visit the Pandemonium Fortress in Diablo 2. It's the Act 4 town.
Definitely recognize
and in Diablo 3, we visit it in a much greater capacity, as it's featured prominently in Act 5. Now from here, in order to keep telling our story, we need to talk about one particular angel and one particular demon, Inarius and Lilith. Inarius, aka the Prophet, was an archangel. And yes, the necromancer set in Diablo 3, Grace of Inarius, is named after him. Inarius served as an advisor on the Angerus Council, and was under the direct command of everyone's favorite angel, Tyrael. But after fighting demons for thousands of years, he starts to realize that the whole thing is basically pointless. I mean, think about how long it takes you to get bored of killing demons in Diablo. Now imagine playing Diablo non-stop for thousands and thousands of years. I mean, at some point, you want to do something else. So while Inarius had these feelings within him, he...
Hello, Husker! I'm so good you're here, Husker! We are checking out some Diablo lore today before we jump into D2R. How are you doing?
He still participated in the eternal conflict until one day when he was incapacitated in battle and captured. He woke up in chains, a prisoner to demons, and he wasn't a very polite prisoner because he spent most of his time complaining loudly about how stupid the eternal conflict is and how he just wanted to be away from it all. Fortunately for him, his demon captor shared his feelings and set him free. The name of that demon? Lilith.
What?
Lilith was the demon. And in perhaps the universe's first case of
Rykker's
Stockholm
dad joke
syndrome,
sometimes.
Inarius became instantly infatuated with Lilith. And I mean, you know, you can't really blame him. So let's talk a bit about Lilith here, aka the Queen of the Succubi. She is the daughter of Mephisto, and Mephisto is the Lord of Hatred. So you can imagine he wasn't a very nurturing father. And like any rebellious teenage daughter, Lilith was sick of his crap. She didn't have much of a better opinion of Uncle Baal and Uncle Diablo either, so when she met Inarius, she saw an opportunity to make them all upset. Just instead of rebelling by bringing an angel home to her racist family for Thanksgiving dinner, she sowed the seeds of insurrection and worked with Inarius to assemble a team of rogue angels and demons to follow them to freedom. Her plan? Steal the World Stone. And so the greatest heist in history was afoot. It's not clear how they managed to steal the gigantic World Stone from the massively fortified Pandemonium Fortress, but I think that would make the most awesome Ocean's 11 movie
anybody know?
ever, starring George Clooney as Inarius and Julia Roberts as Lilith. But whatever. Once they had
I see Angelina Jolie more as Lilith. I don't know. What do you guys think? But interesting. I mean, that would be a cool film. I would watch that. I would watch that so much. But George Clooney, though, I don't know. I mean, he's great, but I'm thinking more like edgy actors. But I don't know. I mean, George Clooney can be edgy. I mean, I don't know, though. Who do you guys picture? That's just the lip. Well, hey.
Access to the World Stone, they altered its dimensional frequency, because now we're in an episode of Star Trek, and they used the power of the World Stone to conceal it and then hide it in a pocket dimension. And it was in this pocket dimension that Inarius, Lilith, and their followers used the World Stone's power to create a world around it. A refuge that would come to be known as Sanctuary. Sanctuary is the name of the world in Diablo, where the game takes place. Now, the very first part of Sanctuary to be created was Mount Arreat, forming a protective shell around the World Stone. Mount Arreat was featured prominently in Diablo 2's Act 5, all the way from its exterior to the final fight with Baal in the World Stone Chamber. In Diablo 3's Act 3, we revisit much of the surrounding areas after the events of Diablo 2. No spoilers. So now we have this new secret world for Lilith and Inarius and all the other renegade angels and demons. Now, everybody in this world is accustomed to doing little else other than fighting each other forever. So with a bunch of time on their hands now, and us still being millennia away from video games being invented, they found other stuff to do. Like, yeah, remember how we said that angels and demons can interbreed somehow? Well, Lilith and Inarius made the beast with 4 wings. And I don't know the biology or the mechanics of how that even works. How does a being of light and sound even procreate with a physical creature? I sang you a song. You're pregnant now. And so Lilith and Inarius bore a son named Lunarian, though one day he would change his name to Rathma. Rathma was the first Nephilim, a new powerful race born from the interbreeding of angels and demons. And as other angels and demons did the hokey pokey, more Nephilim were born, forming the first generation of Nephilim known as the Ancients. Now eventually...
The Nephilim makes me think of Hephilim and Woozles. Anyone else? The Nephilim.
Eventually, after generations, the power of the Nephilim was diluted down until eventually they were a new, weaker race called humans. But how did the Nephilim lose their power? Who were the other ancients? Why did Rathma change his name? Did Sanctuary's favorite power couple, Lilarius, stay together or split up? All these questions and more will be answered in our next video in this lore series.
Okay, so, good job, Rhykker. Okay, so, this is exciting, guys. This is exciting. See, like, doesn't he do a good job? I feel like, I learn way more watching something like this where they dive deep into all of it, than just playing the game. Like he kind of said, like, in the game, they don't really... I mean, you have your cinematics, but they don't really dive this deep into it. I mean, you know, you gotta research, and I don't even know where they find all this information. I mean, gosh, this is crazy. But it's really cool to learn all this stuff, you know, even before you play a game, or even if you started it and you didn't know all of it, you know? You love the lore? I'm glad you guys are liking the lore. We might watch, you know, we might keep watching that a little bit each day. Yeah, pretty cool. You want more lore? The Nephilim were fallen angels in the Bible? Wait, Nephilim are in the Bible, Aaron? Wait, what?